Administration continuously disrespects and undermines America's longstanding ally, Israel. Now, according to ABC News, some Israelis are accusing the White House of leaking extremely sensitive information to reporters in order to prevent an Israeli strike on Iran. Now, here's an example. Foreign Policy magazine is reporting that Israel has gained access to several air bases in Azerbaijan, which shares a border with northern Iran. Now, the story goes on to say, quote, according to several high-level sources that I've spoken with inside the U.S. government, Obama administration officials now believe the submerged aspect of the Israeli-Azerbaijan alliance and the security cooperation between the two countries is heightening the risks of an Israeli strike on Iran. Now, in fact, the White House dodged questions about that report at a State Department briefing earlier today. Let's listen to this.
I'm going to send you to the Azerbaijanis for whatever they may be talking to the Israelis about. I don't have any information to indicate that the reports that are out there have any basis in fact.
Now, make no mistake, this is not the first time the president has thrown our friends Israel under the bus, and I fear it will not be the last time either. Joining me now as the vetting of President Obama and his administration continues, the host of War Stories right here on the Fox News Channel, our good friend Colonel Oliver North. Sir, how are you?
Unprecedented access to sensitive material that someone gave to the press, and it can only come from the administration. Sean, what's happening here is a full court press that is both political and it's ideological. Ideological because there's this naive utopian hope within the Obama administration that if they can simply bring about some kind of Palestinian-Israeli peace accord, all the problems of the jihad being waged against us will go away. It won't work.
Second, but the question is why? Why? It's very interesting. Why, if he's basically telegraphed to the Iranians what Israel's plans would be? What's that?
And that's the political part, Sean, because everything they're doing is designed to keep Barack Obama out of trouble until November. Make sure that there's no Israeli attack that can be launched until after November.
So that's why he's doing it at this critical time in Israel's... Look, Israel's survival is at stake, Colonel.
Well, this is an existential threat to Israel. And what, of course, the Obama administration doesn't understand is it doesn't make any difference if it's Benjamin Netanyahu, who's a Likud, or Ehud Barak, who's a labor-right. No Israeli prime minister can ever forget the words, never again. They must take whatever steps necessary to protect their country.
Well, this is the same Ahmadinejad that wants to wipe Israel off the map, but also said that he could imagine a world without America. What do you think Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is thinking as he sees the president whispering secrets to the Russians? You know, you got to tell Vladimir, I just got to get reelected and I can handle this, you know. What does he...
Give me a little more space. He'll have a little more flexibility after the election. Well, in fact,
I can help you after the election.
If you're an American ally, this is a time to be afraid, to be very afraid, because this administration is going to do everything in their power to keep Barack Obama in office after November and make sure, particularly Israel, cannot launch an attack on the Iranians. Thus, all the information that's come out in the last few weeks, it's in the foreign policy piece, Bloomberg, ABC, and, of course, that defense report that was leaked from Capitol Hill. All of it being done to prevent Israel from launching an attack on Iran's nuclear sites.
Now, the Iranians have also said, hey, now that Egypt, the president was so wrong on the Arab Spring and on, quote, the rise of democracy, the Muslim Brotherhood now is in charge of parliament. And they had said before the Arab Spring, prepare for war with Israel. Now they, in the last 2 weeks, have declared Israel is Egypt's #1 enemy. Now they're going to have a run for the presidency, and you have even a more extreme Islamist than the Muslim Brotherhood that'll be in charge there, and we're about to give them $1.5 billion taxpayer dollars. Does any of this make sense to you?
Well, yeah, it does if the only goal is to have Barack Obama survive this presidential election. It makes eminent political sense. And the ideology of this blissful hope that some kind of Palestinian-Israeli peace accord is going to solve all of our problems, again, extraordinarily naive and utopian.
All right, Colonel Oliver North, safe home. It's always good to see you.
Appreciate you.
All right, let not your heart be troubled when we come back.